What's up, everyone? This is Gail Dudley with your quick rundown of news in motion. Today, Wednesday, July the 15th, today is tax day. Unless you have filed a personal extension, today is tax day. What's up, Brenda Randleman? Today is tax day. All right, Jeff Sessions loses the Alabama Senate GOP runoff. The Texas Senate Dem runoff, MJ Hager won that runoff. Y'all, this is why we vote. Justice Ruth Ginsburg has been hospitalized. Now, y'all know we need her well. So we're just going to have to collectively pray that she is miraculously healed and will return back to business as usual. But speaking of that, a reason why we vote is because the occupant of the Oval Office gets to select, with Senate approval, the next Supreme Court Justice. So she has been hospitalized for an infection. So let's just keep lifting her up in prayer. All right, the Brennan Center for Justice waiting to vote report. This is a report. Latino voters waited on an average of 46% longer than white voters, and black voters waited on average of 45% longer than white voters. Long waits at polling places are disruptive, they are disenfranchising, and all too common. Okay, black and Latino voters are especially likely to endure the long wait lines. So again, that's why we're advocating. I spoke to you yesterday about Amber McReynolds. That's why we are advocating for mail-in ballots. What's up, Apostle Sean Smith? That's why we're advocating to get this information in there. Hey, Kim Hill. No, birthday's Sunday. We're going to turn up on Friday. But that's why we vote, y'all. That's why we want to vote, because we want to make sure someone like a Justice Ginsburg, someone like her, that the person who's the occupant of the Oval will be able to select someone who's fair and balanced. So y'all, we're just not looking at popularity when it comes to voting. We're looking more than popularity when it comes to voting. So again, I keep getting questions about Kanye West. I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea what he's doing, but he does not have the background to run a country. So we have to be mindful and make sure we put people in office that has a background to run the country. Time out for what we want, what we don't want. It's a collective looking at what are the morals, what are the values, how have they voted previously, what is their platform. Beyond the sound bites, we have to do the research on these individual people. I'm telling y'all. So again, the Brennan Center for Justice, look them up. They talk about the disparities of Latino and black voters standing in line 46% longer. 46% longer than our white brothers and sisters. So we have to be mindful of that. Why the depression and why the oppression and why the suppression when it comes to voting? We need to fix this. We need to fix this. Speaking of that, y'all, October the 5th. That is the last day to register to vote, to be able to vote in the November 3rd election. And let me also add, different states are making different dates cutoff now because of the pandemic we're in. So check with your local Secretary of State website to find out the actual date. Here's 4 websites you can also check. You can go to vote.gov. You can go to iwillvote.com. You can go to rockthevote.org. You can go to vote.org. And I'm happy to report, you can go to readypublication.com and click the Ready to Vote icon to get all the information you need about voting. All right, from Wall Street Journal, both Congress and the Federal Reserve are pumping trillions of dollars into the economy to fight the economic damage caused by the coronavirus. Y'all, we are knocking on $3 trillion deficit. 3 trillion. Y'all, 3 trillion. Now get this, that's 14% higher than the nation's gross domestic product, which is higher than at any time since World War II. Yeah. Now I thought this one was interesting. Key West, the residents of Key West are to vote on a proposal to ban big cruise ships. Isn't that how they make their money? So they're talking about banning cruise ships, large cruise ships, from docking at Key West. All right, the daughter of Nelson and Winnie Mandela passed away on yesterday. She was also the South Africa's ambassador to Denmark. Delta Airlines are saying, we want you to wear a mask if you ride the plane, but we're not going to force you or put you off. But they're passing the buck, asking that the federal government make that a requirement. LA public schools are going to stay remote. Their state is almost averaging 8,000 new cases of coronavirus a day. Y'all, coronavirus numbers, let's talk about this real quick. Let's start with Texas and Florida. Texas has hit 10,745 cases a day. Florida, 9,194 cases a day. Again, I get my numbers from WHO, which is the World Health Organization. Yeah, the people we said we're going to stop giving money to. I don't know how that's going to work out. But y'all, our cases in the U.S. are 3,545,077 cases. Deaths are 139,143 deaths. And then, but here's the good news. The recovered is 1,600,195 recovered. Now, remember last week when I shared with y'all that the projection was to hit 140,000 cases, 140,000 deaths by July 25th. Y'all, today is July the 15th, and we're already at 139,143 deaths. So the numbers that were given of 140,000 by July 25th, that's going to happen within probably the next 24 to 48 hours. Listen. Wash your hands, wear your mask, and practice social distancing. We have to do this, y'all. We have to do it collectively to see these numbers go down. This is serious. This is serious. ICU beds are at capacity in Arizona, in Florida, I believe. I know in Miami, because Miami is now the epicenter. So we have to be mindful of this. And if you're just joining, I've given a lot of news. Just hit the replay. Now get this, Governor Cuomo in New York, he now has 22 states. He's saying, don't come over here. Don't come over here. He said, we flatten the curve. Don't come over here. He now has 22 states. If you come over there, when you get off a plane, or even when you drive into the border, and they got checkpoints everywhere, you have to say where you're coming from, what your business is, and you have to quarantine for 14 days. So if you're going over there to party, you might as well turn around and go on back home, because it's not happening. You will be fined. Now, here's 4 new states he's put on the list. Minnesota, New Mexico, Wisconsin, and y'all know I reside in the state of Ohio, and Ohio. Our governor in Ohio is doing a special announcement at 5:30 today. I don't know what's happening, but if you know like I know, you'll be going to the store this morning. All right, y'all, so that's the news. That's the quick rundown. Y'all need to vote. Y'all need to vote October the 5th. It is the last day to register to vote to be able to vote in the November 3rd election. Also, Google. Remember, I give you the news, but I want you to go check it out for yourself. Google Amber McReynolds. She's the bomb.com. She's the one that secretaries of states are calling saying, help us with this mail-in ballot. Y'all know we're going to be mailing in ballots this year. We're not going to any polls. I don't believe so. Now, y'all know I always give a win. And here's a win. There are 83 millionaires for the win. Let me read this to you. A letter by 83 millionaires call for permanent tax on the rich to aid in COVID-19 relief. Yes, the letter was posted online by an organization called Millionaires for Humanity, and it asks governments to raise taxes on people like them immediately and permanently. This is their letter, open letter. The letter has been signed by 83 millionaires, which includes people like Abigail and Tim Disney. They're both descendants of Walt Disney, British director Richard Curtis, and Ben & Jerry's co-founder, among others. The website also includes a call to action for other millionaires. So if you're watching this and you're a millionaire, go to www.millionairesforhumanity.com. All right, here's my inspirational word before we go about our day. This inspirational word comes out of 2 Kings, where the woman goes to Elijah and she says to him, I need you to help me. Now I'm paraphrasing. And he asked a question. He says, what do you have in your home? And she says, I have nothing. And it's like she thinks about it and says, except for a little bit of oil. I'm going to ask all of you to tap into your little bit of oil. Stop saying you have nothing. Even when it comes to your life, I know some people have been downsized or furloughed, or maybe you've even lost your job. Maybe you don't know what you're doing next. I'm encouraging you today to answer the question, what do you have? What do you have? What skills do you have? What have you been dreaming to do that you have not done yet? What is it that you desire to do? Again, the woman said, I have nothing except a little bit of oil. But that little bit of oil, she was able to pay off all her debt, keep her sons, read the passage for yourself so you have an understanding, keep her sons, and live off the rest from a little bit of oil. Many of us, we say we're on our last leg. We say we're holding on by a shoestring. We're saying we don't know what to do next. What do you have? What little strength you have? Use that strength to do what God has called you to do in this season. I give you news. Y'all, I absolutely enjoy doing it, doing the research, seeing what's happening, coming up with an argument as to why we must vote. I'm not telling you how to vote. That's not my job. But I am asking you to think about what is your morals and values and how does that line up with the people you are selecting in the office. And hear me, I keep talking about the major election. Let's also look at your local elections. Do not sit out of local elections. Do not do it. For Texas and for Alabama, they had runoffs on yesterday. Runoffs. And Jeff Sessions lost. He just thought he was a shoo-in. He lost. He lost that election. Y'all, we cannot stop voting. We cannot throw in the towel. We need to stop saying our voice doesn't matter. It matters. It matters. We have a commitment this week, and the commitment is to connect with someone who you know is not registered to vote. And again, say the name Breonna Taylor. That's reason enough to go vote. Say Sandra Bland. That's reason enough to go vote. Say George Floyd. That's reason enough to go vote. I can come up with a whole list of names. We have to vote. What do you have? The woman said, I have nothing but a little bit of oil. But through that little bit of oil, she paid off all her debt, all of her debt, and lived off the rest. Now, that's the kind of lifestyle I want for sure. Absolutely, I want that type of lifestyle. So, I give you the news. I give you an inspirational message. October the 5th, y'all. October the 5th. That's an important date. Okay, don't forget Friday. We're going to turn up right here. Because I go to 55 on Sunday the 19th. So on Friday, we'll turn up right here at 7:25, y'all. Be on time, 7:25. All right, you all make it a great day. What do you have in your house? Even if it's a little bit, you use that to make a difference in the life of someone else. If you're just joining us, hit the replay. There's a lot of news there. All right, peace out. I'm Gail Dudley.